wow, the prepper meet was a huge success, considering it was the first time in that location, and it was incredible. Despite all of the weather, we literally had everything. We had like heat waves, really hot sun, we had winds, we had rains, it literally had it all. It was awesome. It was seriously good. And I just got an email yesterday from the owners of the site where we've done a prepper meet, and it was so amazing, the email. The email basically said it was the first time in a very long time which they've had such a large group which was so well behaved, quiet and very, very tidy. Now that is down to everyone who attended. It was amazing. The maximum that we can get in that size field is 150 people, and based on what the email said, they are more than happy to have us back there again next year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait all the way till January so we can see what other events are going on, and we can try and get some dates out so everyone can get a much better heads up this year, next time, okay? Because we all know what happened this year. I was waiting on this farmer and it took so long, I just had enough, and I had to start from scratch, and it didn't get released until May. So next year, everyone's going to be getting a heads up on the Prepper Meet 2024 in probably the end of January, okay? So it gives everyone loads of times to organise time off work, etc., okay? So a bit of a debrief then. How did it actually go? We had lots of new people there, which is always good. I gathered as much that this would be the case because of the change of location. We had people from Birmingham, Manchester, and everyone over on the west side of the UK. It was their first opportunity to make the prepper meet, because I fully understand it's a long way to drive all the way over to north of London. Okay, so I thought it was good. It was a good time to move. The location was excellent. We had no gripes or grumbles at all about the location. It's indeed very picturesque. And for those of you who managed to get right down to the end to make it to the side of the river, very, very nice place indeed as well. So feedback then from what actually happened at this year's prepper meet. Now this has been sort of bubbling along in the distance over the last couple of years, and I've decided to change things up a little bit for next year's prepper meet. So we are going to have one location where there is going to be courses and training and all that sort of thing. All of it's free, there's no charge, because once you've got your ticket and you're in there, that's it. So it'll probably be something between midday and 2 o'clock, something like that on the Saturday and the Sunday. There'll be courses of firelighting, purifying water, shelters, all that sort of good stuff. All of it is going to be completely voluntary. There's no money changing hands. This is an awesome community, and it's just great to share stuff, okay? With no financial gain. I didn't make a bean out of the meet. In fact, I had to pay myself to get in like everybody else. So it is very open, very clean, very awesome, and the amount of like-minded people there was incredible. I would say nearly everyone there was pretty much on the same page about what is going on around the world, which is amazing, because I do realise that lots of people were lonely, ostracised during 2020 till up to today, should we say, you know. And it was so amazing to see people go there for the first time and make lots of friends, share lots of details, contacts, information. There was buying and selling of kit and equipment, and giving it away for free. It was just really, really cool. So with the concept of the courses and that sort of thing, what I might do is I might try and get like a communal area. Now, I haven't got the time, the money and the facilities to arrange this, but anyone who has got like quite a large sort of shelter, whether it's a parachute or a series of gazebos, something like that, I think that would be a good idea, because it's starting to rain now, funny enough, because we are in Wales, and it would be great to have like a large shelter so people can gather and sit down, have a rest, meet people and all that sort of thing. So on the whole, it was a great success. So stuff for next year, there will be courses about multiple things, and all that sort of information will be released nearer the time next year, okay? Just giving you guys a big heads up. So there's lots of time to think, lots of times of planning and all that sort of thing, and indeed some sort of communal area, okay? I'm not really big on the idea of commercial businesses going there to sell stuff. We want to try and keep it low key. So there was a business there, and no, they didn't have to pay a pitch or anything like that. So we're trying to keep it low key. We don't want to go commercial. We don't want to end up like the Bushcraft show. But with that being said, there's no problem at all with people bringing kit and equipment to sell or to trade. At a local level, pretty much like a car boot sale, okay? So that's absolutely fine, but we're not really keen on like big businesses and huge, great big stores selling stuff. And not putting anything back into the community. So that's a lesson learned, and it's something we need to be watchful for the next prepper meet, because if it's not broken, don't fix it. We don't want to upset things or ruin things. We like it as it is, and like I said, with those 2 editions of the courses and the community area will be absolutely awesome. On a further note, I would like to add a big thank you to everyone who gave me and my family gifts and stuff like that. It was amazing, didn't expect it. All I wanted to do was to get like-minded people together to swap all sorts of things, concepts, ideas, names and addresses, contacts, introducing new people to each other, just to give people the feeling that you are not alone, and this is a brilliant community, okay? And we want to try and keep it that way. So on the whole, everyone done really well. Everyone pretty much left no trace. There was no arguments, no shouting. It was all nice and calm and quiet and all that sort of thing. So it was awesome, absolutely fantastic. The facilities there was on point as well. There was really a lovely, clean, almost refurbished like shower block. There was an area for people to go into a kitchen and do all of their admin and all that stuff out of the rain, because not everyone can bring a great big tent and a big shelter. So with the weather, it was great to have that as a bit of a bonus. And also there was portaloos right down on the site, so if you didn't have the time and you was in a bit of a hurry to walk all the way up to the main shower block, etc., that was catered for as well. So I'm very happy of how the prepper meet went this year in 2023, right down in BRECON Beacons in Wales, not far from Bridge. I know there's a lot of veterans there, and it did sort of conjure up some mixed feelings and memories. So it was really good. And what I'm going to try and do next year is I'm going to try and get there without my family, so I'd have more time to spend with people. To me, it was a bit of a challenge because I was just coming off the end of that weird, horrible illness which I had. So it was a bit difficult during the prepper meet, but we made it, and we had a good laugh at the end of the day, and caught up with some long old-term friends as well, which was fantastic. So please keep your eyes and ears out for information around January time. The RAF again, I don't know if you can hear, but it's only limited to 150 people, so you really do have to be prepared for it. So I'm giving you guys loads of notice right now. When January comes, make space in your diary to have a long weekend off. We're probably looking at June or July, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see what the weather patterns were in BRECON for this year, at the end of this year, so we can sort of move forward and see if we can get a nice stroke of luck with the weather. Because let's face it, it doesn't matter if it's raining, but it makes it a whole lot more pleasurable should the weather be beautiful and on our side. It just makes the whole vibe higher, and everyone can have a great time. So with that being said, I'd like to thank all of you who came. My apologies for people who left it too late who was trying to book. From what I understand, the whole event sold out within 2 weeks. So like I said, come the end of January, be ready, be prepared, because if you're not fast enough, you just won't be able to come, because it is just not big enough, okay? I would be looking in the background for a more bigger site, but the way things go, they all seem to want loads of money up front as a deposit, which I think is a bit out of order, but it is what it is. So in the meantime, it's going to be the same site what happened this year for next year's meet, and only 150 people allowed. So if you're quick and you're keen and you'd make it a priority, you will be coming along and you will be meeting all of the awesome people there. So that's pretty much it. On another note, I am feeling loads better now, so I'm hoping to do some more recent videos at least every day. So I'm looking forward to getting back into the wonderful, crazy world of YouTube and giving you guys more content for our beautiful prepping community. You guys take care, thanks for watching, and stay funky.